Welcome back to the Chop Shop. And today, they're working on some bicycles. Reason being, as obviously, like I said, I just switched jobs. So I'm broke, and I'm sure everyone can understand that. But if this looks familiar, it made an appearance in my junk collection video, but also I believe during the Typhoon video with Pete. I actually pulled this bike frame out of the trash, and I assumed why when I bought it. When I took it out of the trash, is the bolt holding in the fork and handlebars was sticking up and stuck. And if you look closely, if you can kind of see it. There's a bend in here. I assumed they trashed this bike because for whatever reason they were trying to get the handlebars out. A, properly didn't know how to properly do it. B, got them bad boys lodged in there, and that's exactly what they did. With one smack of a hammer, I just knocked the pin down and relieved all the pressure, and this literally came right out. But if you look, where'd that crack go? Right there. They had put so much pressure on this, obviously they bent this, but they also cracked the metal trying to get these bars out. So, and if you look, this is really simple. This bolt just tightens the split right here. And as it does so, it makes them do it like so, putting pressure on the inside of this tube. And that's all these people were doing, is they had it locked like this, pin up, and were just yanking up on this, just making it tighter and tighter. But like I said, just one smack of a hammer made that drop down, bar slid right out. But if you look over here, I like stuff a little more custom. I've had a handful of people offer me monies for this bike, and I need some monies. So, I'm gonna build another bike. Obviously, this one isn't going anywhere because it matches Sandy. I'm probably gonna build this one right here at some point in time for the wife. But like I said, this is a freebie that came out of the trash. So I'm gonna get this bad dude blown apart. I've got some ideas I'm gonna toss around, and this isn't gonna be a one episode build. But just a real quick, I guess what I'm thinking is I think I'm gonna head over to Jesse's, because he's good with metal, much better than I am, and have him put more of an aggressive bend in that fork. If it gets too aggressive, I'll put some sort of like gusset or bar in there to add a little bit more strength into it. I think I'm gonna ditch this seat in general, maybe steal this bracket off the bottom of it, and maybe build my own banana seat that will bolt here, run all the way back. So the front will be sitting down real low, have a long custom seat. I think I'm going to keep the fat rim in the back and maybe use one of my skinnier ones for the front. Thinking about using the bullet handlebars my cousin hooked me up with. I got to loosen these up. They won't fit in there right now, but enough rambling, scrambling. Enough rambling. I'm gonna get this bike blown apart, specifically the fork, so I can get that bent up real quick and do some more brainstorming. Bow. Let's check that out. Nothing crazy. Like I said, I just swung over to Jesse's real quick. I didn't record bending the fork at all, but what I did record was this.
And I love boats.
Yeah, see, I don't know anything about boats. I just think they
I don't know anything either, but the feeling of being out in the water is fucking fun.
Dude, I just think old V8 boats are just the baddest thing there is.
Yep. And the louder the better, to me. You want to hold that open again? Ready? This homework runs.
It's alive.
I'm ready for summer.
Dude, you just made me like, uber ready for summer. But anyway, dope ass big block boat. He fired up. But our initial plan is he's got a roller. Is we were gonna put the fork in there and kind of put like a nice progressive like swoop in the fork. The diameter of the tubes ended up being too large for that particular machine. So we just took a little bit of heat to it, and I didn't add a whole lot of extra bend. I banged on these little like drag bars real quick, and like I said, I think I'm gonna I might cut this off and shorten it, bring this up here a little bit, and maybe make this entire section into like a banana seat type thing. Right now, I'm kind of digging where this is going. Not 100% sure how I want to do this. One thing for sure is if I'm going to have my seat situation back here, I'm going to have to shorten those pedals, because you're going to be pedaling all the way up here, and that's just not comfortable. Downswing's okay, it's this really high up one. So I think worst case scenario, maybe I'll buzz back over to Jesse's and take some heat to these, maybe twist them, which will shorten them. Or, I mean, this is just steel. I should be able to cut these, take a little bit of take an inch or two out of them, burn them back together. But I think that's about where I'm at. I think I want to mop this fork back up in here, maybe tighten these handlebars, tighten this wheel, maybe throw the fender on, and maybe attack those pedals. Just one last little mock-up session before I get to cutting this thing apart. The more I stare at it, the more my juices are starting to flow a little bit. My initial plan was to run a fat tire in the back, skinny in the front. I didn't like it. Decided to go with like the fat frame, skinny tires, skinny rims and tires. I'm really digging it. That made me not like the front fender. And the more I look, I'm not liking the rear fender. I think this thing is going to turn into like a real stripped down like Street Fighter type cafe kind of looking bike with, you know, the drag bars. We'll get these pedals shortened up, and this is just a piece of wood I cut and wrapped with a bandana just for display purposes. It's not glued or anything. But I think I'm gonna just put some sort of hinge right here, and then probably do some sort of brackets on the bottom of this. Maybe shorten this. Like I said, ditch this fender. Bah! Check it. The most simple of the simple. I knocked out the little filler panel here. I think I'm gonna take some of these little rods here I got from the local hardware and maybe do like a spider panel, filler panel right here. But the rear fender's gone, and I really can't see on this side, but on this side, I cut my pedals off. I cut a 2-inch section of them out, welded them back together, and let me throw the camera on the tripod real quick. I think it's still going to be a little awkward to pedal, but it's definitely doable now. We're going to be sitting all the way back here, and I'm going to put some cushion on this, or probably some brackets, so I'll be sitting up a little higher. But, I mean, it's definitely doable. You're not going to have the most torque. It's definitely going to be a cruiser. But, yeah, so I just pulled 2 inches out of them bad boys, and now they work. So I'm gonna have to apologize because, as per usual, I got carried away and I didn't record any of it. But check it. Wow. Just real quick, threw I guess you call it like a spider web or rib cage in there, and I cut about 2 inches off right here and shorten that up, and then you can't really see it underneath my mock-up seat cover here, but I have cut a piece of wood that fits in here and then kind of tapers for your crotch region. But so we got 2 inches out of here, 2 inches out of here. We got a custom spider web rib cage. Got our bars, a custom seat I'm working on. I gotta fab up something, some sort of bracket to go on the bottom of it yet. And then we're going to do some cushion in there because, you know, if someone rides this, I want them to be, you know, comfortable. Obviously, you're not going to ride this thing for long periods of time, I wouldn't imagine. I mean, I ride this one actually a lot. This one's got like some serious miles on it, believe it or not. But most people don't ride shit like this. That's where I'm at with this thing, guys. Sorry I didn't drag you along for this. I just kind of got to going, and next thing I knew, pretty much had it done. And did it. I literally just used those rods I showed you, and I put this top guy in first. I basically just kind of bent it and followed this bar. So I put this one in first. I just tacked it here and here. And then on the bottom, I basically did the same thing. I just kind of bent that, and I just stopped at, you know, this position that I chose. Tacked it, and then I just made these two little swooshes, and then just I just bent a bunch of random rods and cut them at whatever length they needed to be, and then I capped it off with a washer on the front. I can't make it any more simple than that, guys. And oh, I'm excited, guys. This is the first thing that I've actually thrown together for, you know, specifically profit reasons for selling. And it's really cool. Damn it, is it cool. Like I said, I'm going to keep this thing bare metal, some skinny tires. I'm going to get some sort of thick pad to put on this thing. Cover that piece of wood. Go through and clean everything up. You know, re-grease all the bearings. I'm probably actually going to replace the bearings. I don't know. A bearing kit's probably, I don't know, probably less than $20 for this thing. And speaking of bucks, as of right now, I have $12 into this. Because if you remember, this bike came out of the trash. And the wheels and tires package that I'm stealing actually technically belong to that bike, which is the sister bike to this, which I pulled out of my mom's garden, which I have $0 into. I think I might have paid like $10 for that bandana. So I have $24 in this build thus far. The handlebars were donated to me via my cousin, Jerry. Thanks, Jerry. Sorry, these are probably going to get sold, but they look really cool on it, and they totally match the theme. So I don't know where I'm going to be when I jump back, but I'll be back. All right, guys. So it's a couple days later. I've gotten, you know, a little bit done, but I'm at the point where I'm gonna have to spend some money, because if I'm gonna build something like this and put this time into it, you know, I want to put new bearings and tubes and tires and stuff on it. Just some basic stuff, but pow. So here's the bike, as you've seen. The other thing I've done since last was I just took, this is actually just its original chain cover, and just put some speed holes in it, took it down to bare metal. And I actually think I'm probably going to keep this bike bare metal, to be honest. And I might do like one more step up. Maybe like glue and staple this wood together, kind of smooth it all out. Do some sort of padding, cover on it. I don't know if that bandana is going to end up being quite big enough. Though it sucks because I really like it. But check this out, guys. Remember, this came out of the garbage. This was literally leaned up against a dumpster with the handlebars locked up in it. And now here it is, stripped down to bare metal, a little spider web deal going on. Getting ready to have a custom seat for it, custom bars, brand new wheels, tires, tubes, bearings. Hell yeah. Like I said, I think I'm going to keep this thing bare metal and maybe just do some real thick clear coats on it and just lock that bare metal goodness in. But, I mean, just, like I said, came out of the dumpster. And then, again, look. I've actually had quite a few people crap on this car. A lot of people are a fan of it, and, you know, they're excited for what's to come. A lot of people are crapping on it. But look, little ugly duckling. Ugly duckling. What a garbage. This came out of a garden. Remember? Built that too. It was in a garden in pieces. I got another frame. And that literally just needs tubes and tires, and that's a bike ready to go, but I'm holding on to that one. That one ain't going nowhere. But I'm gonna wrap this episode up, guys. Like I said, I gotta spend some money, and obviously, like I said, I'm doing this for sale to make some money. So that being said, I don't have any money, so I'm gonna spend some money to make some money. I'll probably have $100 in all honesty, and tubes, some nice tires. I know the ones I want, I think, and bearings all the way through it, and then with some like adhesive and some foam and some sort of material to put on that seat. And I don't know quite what I'm doing with the wheels yet. I am going to keep those rims. I thought about going bare metal with those too. I may not. The white doesn't look too bad, but I don't know. But as always, guys, thanks for tuning in. While you're here, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think about the bike, and tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your friends, spread the word. Eppy Strap Shop. I'm out of here, guys. Deuces.